Let me be the first to welcome you. Welcome. Thank you. And welcome to Arcadia. You are now standing in the Rose Room. And for those of you that weren't aware of it, that's the room that we're here tonight to dedicate to Laura Minerva Korman. I'm not going to stand here before you too long because I really want to get to the point at which we dedicate the space. So, without further ado, I'm going to ask the 22nd president of Arcadia University to take my place at this podium, to also offer his welcome and to share some remarks with you. Is that all right?
Bridget, as if you had a choice, right? This is not the unveiling, by the way. The unveiling is coming, so that's going to be much better than this one. It's great to see all of you. Bridget, thank you for opening up the ceremony today. It truly is an honor for me to spend some time with you this evening on this very special occasion. I think it's even sweeter, and James, I think you'd agree that William and Josephine continue the Korman legacy at Arcadia. Laura's passion for our students was part of her legacy, as you know. She would have been, I think, very proud to see her two children continue that legacy at a place where she studied, where she created incredible memories, and where she made her own mark, not only as a student, but also as one of our trustees. On college campuses, as you know, you've all spent time on college campuses, names abound. Buildings and spaces tell stories, powerful stories through their names. But this particular naming is unique in so many ways, and I think you all would agree. Of course, this space and the castle beautifully represent the life and legacy of Laura. However, it is also a story that continues to unfold. The story of the Korman family and your relationship, evolving relationship with Arcadia University. The Kormans are a family that builds, not just physical structures, but relationships and community. The castle exemplifies that as a beautiful physical space that builds community. It's unique not only in the landscape of Arcadia, but really in the world. This space and naming are also unique because of the myriad emotions that are evoked in the various rooms in the castle. Just consider your own emotions right now. There are probably so many emotions going on in this room alone. This room in particular is a space where people have expressed love, where students study. You can name that emotion. Where they dance, where they cry. It's a powerful space of emotion. There is no other named space at Arcadia like the Mirror Room. Indeed, the castle is where Laura herself had so many wonderful memories, including marrying her own knight, James. Yes. And in case you didn't catch that, Arcadia's mascot were the knights. He's also a knight, of course. And finally, this space is unique because Laura was a reflection of the world that we want to live in, that we all want to live in. In that way, when we look in the mirrors in the mirror room, she will guide us now and forever. There is no other space that literally reflects the ideals of a beautiful and wonderful Arcadian in that way. James, I want to thank you for helping us preserve this beautiful space, the most iconic space on our campus. And thank you for continuing to shepherd Laura's legacy. I really appreciate it. As you know, each January, with the Ribbon in the Sky event, we will welcome back our current students who return after the holiday break. I invite you all today to reflect on Laura's legacy and extraordinary contributions at Arcadia. We are gathered here today because of her beautiful spirit that continues to shape all of our lives. James, I ask you now to join me to reveal the new signage and share your reflections as well.
Very nice. Perfect.
agility that James had a hand in.
Oh, yeah. There's a few revisions going on.
Yeah.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
My speech, I must have left it at home. I don't have it on me, but I'm talking to friends, so I don't really need a speech for you guys. Thank you so much for coming. This is such a beautiful group of people, so diverse and so strange. I have just so much love for everybody in this room, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come out here. You know, real quick, on the way home today, I stopped at Laura's favorite cheesesteak place, Steve's Prince of Steaks, Cobley and the Boulevard, and where she enlightened me about where the best cheesesteaks are. And so I got 2 American with, went to the graveyard and sat and had my cheesesteaks over her gravestone, dripped some American cheese on it, which I know that she was totally fine with because she was a Steve's devotee. You know, so I do that a lot. I go there quite often and have cheesesteaks. And it's interesting. I think and she, I talk when I'm there. She never responds, obviously. But I wanted to say one thing that I know her so well, and she knew me so well, and I'm very intimate with a lot of the stuff that goes on in Arcadia because as a dutiful trustee, she was really invested and really worked hard. And one thing that I wanted to say was that I know that she would agree with me, and she would say that AJ Nair, our president, is doing an amazing job. Leaders of a situation like this in a pandemic, new on the job, could wither and wilt. But in my mind, I've seen you do nothing but be strengthened. So I think that the right man is in the job here. And I know that there's been a few leaders over the last 15 years or so. But I know that Laura, I'm certain that Laura will be really, really happy about the direction that you're taking the university and how much energy you have and how great a job you're doing. So I feel good about enough to send my kids here. And so round of applause for the Prez for shepherding Arcadia through this. As I said, I'm comfortable that Laura would be very, pleased that I said that. Other than that, I just wanted to say that we were married. I gave speeches here, 27 years ago, 28 years ago. And so this is always going to be a very special space to me. And I was thinking about it when I was driving up here about the mirror room. Is there any significance or tie-in with mirrors? And I sort of thought, like, similar to you did. I think of like the Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror, where it's like, really, mirrors are a means of which you can reflect on yourself and how you're adding to society, helping people, lifting people up. And so to me, it's sort of a nice fit for Laura because that was so important to her. So I'm thrilled that it's going to be there, that sign's going to be there forever. That really brings a tear to my eye. And thank you all again for coming. It's really just, it's amazing.
Joe, I have 2 things for you. You don't get off that easy. So come back. First thing is this, which I'd love for you to open in front of everybody.
Okay.
Thank you. This should be a drama or something.
Oh, very nice. That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
And I have one other thing.
Yes?
It's over here. And I'm going to ask you to pull the red cloth gently.
The top or the side?
However you like. That's for you to take home, because I wanted you to have the sign with you always.
That's awesome.
Love this. There were others in that remarks. I know that Laura touched the lives of so many people in this room, which is why you're all here. If there's anyone, you're welcome to come up if you'd like. You don't have to, but I'm just offering the invitation. It's okay. Okay. Well, I want to thank you all for being here this evening. It's really, really special to have you all here. I hope that we made you proud.
Yes, very much.
Okay,
Very pleased.
very good.
Couldn't be happier with this crowd.
All right,
Just the right
right.
side.
Very good, yes, very good. So, I mean, I don't think we have anything else left on the agenda in the program, so you can continue to mingle as long as you'd like. And then when you're ready to depart, you should go from the front doors of the castle.
One last thing I forgot to say.
One more thing.
The champagne that we're drinking is the same champagne that Laura and I had for our wedding. It's only 7 years old.
That's right, you told me it was her favorite.
Yes, thank you to Marcy Cramp for
That's Marcy.
acquiring.